everybody. Welcome to this episode of Things in My Head. Today, we're talking to the founder and president of the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs, Diane Cunningham. So, if you're a woman who has ever dreamed of starting your own business, this is the show for you. So don't go away. Stay tuned. Welcome to Things in My Head. I'm your host, Angel Birch. This is how things work. Each week we present a topic for discussion. It might be a specific question or a product we're reviewing. And occasionally we might even throw a poll up on our website. You can participate by leaving your questions and comments for our guests on Facebook at Things in My Head blog or at Twitter using hashtag Things in My Head. So, without further delay, let's get this week's discussion going. Diane, thank you so much for joining us today on Things in My Head.
Thank you so much for having me here with you, Angel.
Like I said in the intro, you're the founder of the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. Where on earth did you get an idea to start something like that?
Well, I started it because I knew I needed it, and there must be other women that needed it too. And so it came out of a desire of my heart to find my tribe, to find my people, because I was sitting in an office in Wichita Falls, Texas, just really wanting to connect with other women, not just around Texas, but around the world, so that we could learn together, grow together, and really work well together instead of competing against each other.
Do you find that Christian women need that more than, say, women who are not labeling themselves as Christian?
As Christian women, we might feel set apart in that this is a calling for a lot of us. It's a purpose. There's no quit in the vocabulary, because it is really about what God has anointed us to do. And so I really felt a need to have a place where we could pray at the beginning and ending of every single call. And there's a freedom in that. And I didn't want to have to limit myself or the members from talking about their faith.
What is the difference between a woman entrepreneur and a male entrepreneur?
We obviously have a lot more emotions involved, and I believe that clouds our vision a lot. And men just see things really in a different way. They see things much more in black and white. We have to keep our heart into our business. It sets us apart. We have to remember that as women, we are unique in the nurturing. We are unique in the emotions. Right. We are uniquely gifted in kind of hearing a range of feelings that maybe men are not able to see or hear or feel. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. God made us this way. We don't need to fight against it. We want to use our giftings and our strengths to the full capacity.
Now, I know that you've recently written a book, but you've written a book previous to this, Dear Female Entrepreneur, My Friend. What is that book about?
It's amazing how these things happen. I was actually writing another book, and I was ending each chapter with this little letter of encouragement, and realized, gosh, I like the ending of these chapters better than any part of the chapter. So
that's the way it always happens.
So it turned into a little tiny book of 31 letters of encouragement. It's really speaking to all of us in those days where we really feel like we want to quit or we want to run away. We have such a freedom in how we run our business that we can change it, we can adapt it, we have to make it work for us, for our family, for our life.
As women entrepreneurs, if we own our own business, or if we're even thinking about owning our own business, we have to be ourselves and make that work for us and who we are and, the people that we're going to be serving. Diane, now, as you know, on Facebook and Twitter, we always ask our viewers and our listeners to ask us questions for our upcoming guest. And we do have a couple of questions from Facebook, and I want to get to those questions. One of the questions that we had was from Lisa. She asked, what are some of the challenges facing women-owned businesses on a local or a national level, uniquely to women?
I would say the biggest challenge I see constantly is our mindset. I come from a background as a counselor. We can go to the trainings about business and strategy and social media, but you know what? If we don't believe we can do something, we're not ever going to do it. And so I see a lot of women struggling with being perfect. I see a lot of women struggling with comparison. I see a lot of women really struggling, feeling whether they're worth it or not. And then in the midst of that, how do I set my prices? Mm-hmm. And this is actually a topic I posted in our private NACWE forum today to really get the women to share their feedback on what are the top 2 or 3 mindset challenges that you deal with as a woman business owner.
Do you find that women run more on emotion?
Yes, I think we're built that way. That's where, for me, a coach comes into play. We can't see clearly. I can't see clearly everything that she can see around me or ahead of me or maybe even behind me. And I wholeheartedly believe that, yes, our emotions impact us, and they should, because they're gifts from God, and that's how we're made. We have to also weigh, okay, what are the thoughts? What are the feelings? What's the God impact on this? How does this affect my family life? As I look at myself as a business coach, I say sometimes I'm your head cheerleader. Sometimes I'm your butt kicker. Sometimes I'm the accountability partner that you need. And really, I'm here to be a voice of encouragement. I'm a few steps ahead of you, so I can light the flashlight. Mm-hmm. And I can say, have you looked at this? Have you tried that? What about this? Because we get so tunnel vision. I would say when I work with a client, there's going to be a session in there where it is just the breakdown session. It is about kind of breaking through. I believe we have to have a breakdown before we get to every next breakthrough.
Are there some unique ways that maybe we as women or Christian women could even explore to raise money for our business?
I know one of the programs that I've used that has helped me a lot is called the Small Business Development Center, and they have counseling and coaching and consulting. It's a program that's funded through the state. They're always connected to a local college. I was actually a regional advocate for that group in Wichita Falls for the 3 years that I lived there, and I was a client of theirs. They helped me to birth NACWI. I was one of their clients.
I have in front of me this book that you have recently written. In media, when you get a promotional item such as a book, you usually a certain way for you to skim through the book so that you can interview the author. But I found that really difficult with your book, and it was actually a good thing, because once I read the first chapter of this book, I realized this is not a book you can skim through. It's called the Inspire Business Toolkit, and you recently ran it on Kindle for free, and so a lot of people I know picked that up. And if you're listening to this and you got it on Kindle for free, lucky you, because now everybody's having to pay for it. You can still get this book online. We'll have a link on our website. My favorite part, honestly, are all of the worksheets and the quizzes. The one thing that really caught me, Diane, was the mission statement and how important that is. How does one go about making a mission statement to really fit them? Or does it always change? Is it always evolving?
In the section on the mission statement, I talk about the 2-minute mission statement, that activity where I have clients, I set my timer and I have women write their mission statement out, and I only give them 2 minutes. Yes, it's evolving, but the one I have had for a couple of years now has remained the same. I believe at the end of every day, when you lay your head down, you want to feel like you have lived your mission each day. Is my mission going to be probably different 5 years from now? Probably. I assume that it will, because God makes me new every day, and He is taking me to new places, and He's taking you to new places. And we need to make sure we don't get stuck in the past as well.
You can get the book. We're going to have a link on our website at www.thingsinmyheadblog.com. We're also going to have a link to Diane's website, which, if you want to go there now, is NACWE.org. Make sure you go there and get the book. You can go either way. Now, talking about the book, just for a brief second, we are going to be giving away an autographed copy of this book. Diane has generously offered one for us. You're going to see on our webpage at www.thingsinmyheadblog.com a rafflecopter list. I want you to go there. You're going to have to like Diane on Facebook. We've got the link there. You're going to have to like Things in My Head blog on Facebook as well. You can follow us on Twitter, and we're going to ask you to put down your website and your email address. Somebody is going to win that autographed copy of her newest book, The Inspire Business Toolkit. If you're a woman who is thinking about starting a business, who is in business, or who has always toyed with the idea of being your own boss, you need this book. This is an amazing workbook. It's not just a flip-through book. I've learned that. It is a workbook. It really is. And she even says in the front of the book, she wants you to mark it up, dog ear, put notes in the margin charge and everything, this is what this book is for.
My goal is to build relationships and to build people and to build leaders and to build women and to build a community that is safe and inspiring and it's full of the training you need so that you can get back out there.
You can go and become a member of the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs, and it's really not that big of an investment when you think about the long-term benefits of having not only a group of women who are going to be like-minded, but they're going to support you in all of your trials and your struggles and your building, and they're going to be there for the victories as well. But you get the benefit of Diane and all of her friends. Now, Diane has an amazing list of women that she brings in to help to facilitate conferences and talks. You have conference calls and retreats and things like that. Tell us about some of these things that we can get as a benefit if we become a member.
Well, for one, this is National Girlfriends Month right now, September. All month long we celebrate girlfriends, and we are celebrating that by anybody that joins us this month at the yearly rate. You get a bonus ticket to what I call the Inspired Business Day. That'll happen September 27th. It's a power-packed virtual, basically busted out business day, and you get me and 25 women working through your 31-page templates that day together on phone calls. The main thing that we offer is we have a private inner circle where we can communicate all day long, and then I bring in experts to share with us, all of us, and I find the experts that definitely I know I want to learn from.
Right.
And I want to learn about blogging, and I want to learn about how to use Pinterest, and I want to learn about how I can use my LinkedIn profile to get clients. Every single call we've ever had like that is in our archives, which I call the Online Success Institute. So anything you need, girlfriend, we have it for you.
Awesome.
The best deal is $197 for the year. Yes.
And really, like I said, if you're in business or you're thinking about being in business, make this one of your first investments, because it's really not a lot of money to invest in your startup, or even if you are a woman who has been in business for a long time. And I know being in business with my husband, sometimes you kind of lose your way, especially as a woman. Men like to drive forward through everything. Women kind of like to hang back and go, wait a minute. And it's like you said, you almost have that little breakdown moment. And sometimes I love this in your book. There's a chapter that says giving yourself permission. You really do need to give yourself permission to do some of these things. And one of the things that you need to give yourself permission to do is to join the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. No, you need to go to our website at www.thingsinmyheadblog.com. Diane, I appreciate you being with us today on Things in My Head. We are going to direct everybody to go to the Rafflecopter giveaway. You want to get a copy of this book. She is willing to give you an autographed copy of her book, The Inspired Business Toolkit. It has templates.
And they can get the templates for free,
Yeah, I noticed that. Now, we're not going to give away the code because you actually have to get the book to get the code. But if you do not win, don't fret, because the book is available on Amazon, and we will have a link for that on our website. You can also go to Diane's website at nacwe.org, and you'll learn all about Diane. She is a public speaker. If you have a group that you would like for her to come and speak at, she's willing to do that too. All of the information is on her website. Again, Diane, thank you so much for being with us today. We have really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for having me. What a delight to be here.
So remember to go to www.thingsinmyheadblog and join that Rafflecopter giveaway for Diane's book. Now, if you are listening on iTunes or TuneIn or any of the other standalone players, you definitely want to subscribe to our website, because we've got some great things coming up. Next week, I'm going to be talking to you about hypotrichosis. It's not enough lashes, what that can mean to you, and a way to grow your lashes even longer without a prescription. So you want to join in next week. Also, Coupon Coach Lisa is going to be back here talking about her quest. You don't want to miss that. Plus, our wrap-up at the end of the month. I got to go. We're out of time, but I love having you. So join in on our discussions. Subscribe to our website, and we'll see you next